Creating a standard report in ClearVantage. In this video, we'll show you a quick demonstration of how to build a report in ClearVantage's standard report writer tool. In ClearVantage, the query tool is a powerful utility to generate lists and gather information on a daily basis. There are times, however, when the query tool is limited and you are unable to gather the exact information you'd like to identify. For example, a committee phone list. In this case, you'll want to create a report. A suggestion before you get started: take some time to plan out the report you're trying to build. Sketch out a quick layout and spend some time considering the tables, joins, and fields that will be necessary to compile your report. The advanced planning will save you time and help to understand your report in the various stages of development that occur throughout the process. To get started, from the Tools menu, select Information Central. Information Central is a repository for all the reports in ClearVantage and your starting point for the reports you will be creating. First, select the location for your report. I'll put my report in the General Information Central folder. Right-click on the folder window and select New Report. Give the report a name, in this case, Committee Phone List, and select OK. Once you've created your report, you'll see it in the list. Double-click to open. This will bring up the report wizard. Separated into two sections, the top half is for adding tables you will use, and the bottom half for the columns of the specified tables. To add a table, right-click in the top half of the report and select Add Table. In the Add Table window, you will see a full list of the tables and views available in the ClearVantage database. We'll go ahead and add our two tables. First, Customer, which contains all individuals in the database, and then IND Committee, which contains all the most recent individual committee entries for those individuals. Once you've added your tables, you can close. When adding tables in the standard report writer, it looks like only the most recent table is available, when in fact, the tables are stacked on top of each other. If you move the most recent table, you'll see the second table. Once we have our tables, the first step will be to link them based on a common field, in this case, Customer CD, to create the associated join. If we look at the join, we'll see we are currently returning matching records from both tables. Now we'll add the fields for our report. In addition to the field we'll have in our report, you'll see that I've also added committee code for use of the dialog, committee status for grouping, and customer code, which will allow us to get a total count in each group. Before we work on the layout, we'll go ahead and add a dialog, in this case for a specific committee code. To add a dialog, double-click on the field, and the Value Editor field will open. On the Filter tab, in Value 1, add the name and the value you would like to appear in the dialog. The brackets tell ClearVantage that it will be a dialog. Once you've added your entry, you can close. If we preview the report, you can see the dialog appears with the entered name. We can also sort the report. Let's sort it by opening our last name field and selecting Sort Ascending. We'll also be sorting our committee statuses and grouping, so I'll sort that as ascending as well. Once we've selected our fields in appropriate grouping, we can preview our report. If we are creating this report as an Excel export, we do not need to make any additional changes to the layout, and using the Save File option, we can export this file as a CSV. Let's say, however, that we'd like to lay out the report in a specific manner and make a printable version. To set up this section of the report, select the Layout tab. The layout of the report is split into several different sections that determine where the data and/or the fields will print on the report. Let's go ahead and add a title to our report in the report header. Next, we want to group the data into sections based on the committee status, such as active, inactive, or nominated. In order to do so, we need to add a group header and footer to the report. To do so, right-click and select Arrange Sections. On the Page Designer window, make updates as necessary. We won't be using a page header and footer, so I can remove those values. I'll add in a group header and footer to the report. When I add in the group header and footer, I'll need to set the value of the field that we would like to group on, in this case, committee status. You'll want to double check that the header and footer are around the detail band, because the detail band is what contains the data we would like to have printed on our report. Now that we have our bands, I'll add our fields to the report. Lastly, in our group footer, I'm going to add a count of how many individuals are included in the group. To add an aggregate to the report, when adding fields, you can define a calculation using the Calculate Field functionality. I'll select a count, and then customer code, adding it to my group footer. We now have a quick committee phone list report that is printable and exportable to Excel as required. It will give us a list of active members, inactive members, and those who are nominated. If you would like to learn more about standard report writing or more advanced report writing via the Extreme Report Writer, additional resources on report writing are available on the Euclid support site.